Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and Jeff Kaplan has been active on the forums again. However, this is going to be pretty funky because what he's responded to is a thread where people are asking about updates for, well, the report system. I mean, basically, the thread is titled Report System is a Failure. So Jeff comes in, and Jeff gives a ton of information. So what I'm going to do is read through this information. I'm not going to put this on the screen because it is a lot of information. It's one of Jeff's larger posts. So essentially, he responds to this post. I'm going to make this short and sweet. The reporting system is a failure. Why do I say this? Number one, the community is toxic. Not every game, but every season I play, be it Lucio Ball, Quick Play or Comp, I see at least one person who deserves some form of reprimand based on the categories in the system. Number two, no one fears the system. Take a look at the title of the now viral 2K plus report troll, lol 1 week ban, and you can blame him. This is his third suspension. He has a year chat ban and averages 4 reports per day if we assumed he began playing at launch. Of course, this is in reference to, you know, the video I made yesterday, guys, where I showed you where Jeff destroyed that troll. It's that guy. Number three, he is one of the worst offenders, and looking at the stats I mentioned, you can see why. It's an incredible pace to keep up, but if the worst offender is only getting a 7-day wrist slap and he gets reported minimal 4 times per day, number 4, the rest of the community is literally unchecked. Now, Jeff responds to this, and like I said, I'm going to read this off. I'm not going to go into putting this on the screen because it'll be just way too much. So, if anything, this will be a great video to listen to. So, here we go. This is what Jeff says. You make some really good points and we agree. The reporting and punishment system is currently one of our prime focuses. You will be seeing a developer update about this very soon. We recorded it last week, not sure when it's going live. We have short, medium and long-term plans. We haven't done a great job in communicating all of these things to you. In the short term, we are re-evaluating every punishment and are in the process of converting silences over to suspensions. Now, this was something I had confirmed at Gamescom, that silences are just going away because they're stupid. Why silence somebody in a game where you need to talk to your team? Instead, they'll just be banned. Well, they'll just be given a limited time ban, so a suspension. We're also increasing the length of suspensions. Pretty soon, we hope for silences to go away altogether and only have suspensions and bans for punishments, with a few exceptions like forced battle tag changes for naming violations. Also, in the short term, we've been testing an email notification system to let you know when somebody you've reported has been actioned. We cannot provide a lot of detail in these emails, but they only go out if an action has taken place, meaning your report contributed to someone getting suspended. The other short-term thing we did was ban a number of accounts for boosting in Season 5. These accounts were actioned either yesterday or are in the process of being actioned. They will lose all Season 5 rewards. So that's huge, right? That's pretty huge. But he goes on. In the medium term, we're looking to completely ban repeated competitive offenders, meaning if you've been banned for more than X seasons, we don't know what X is, but obviously multiple seasons of being banned would be ridiculously bad, we will ban you from ever playing competitive again. We also want to increase the email notification system to other forms of reporting as well as work on an in-game notification system to let you know that your reports are doing something. This will edge more into the long-term section, the game in part. For Season 6, we're going to be way more aggressive with boosting / throwing or any sort of SR manipulation. Hello Brazilian 6-stack, or I think there was guys doing it in New Zealand as well, as all kinds of stuff that went on. We've had some very smart people who are getting very good at detecting this behaviour, and we are actively building systems and punishments around SR abuse. Also, in the medium term, we have a new series of punishments we're going to try that escalates much more quickly, so you don't have egregious cases like the one you're referencing. Basically, extreme offenders will strike out of the game much quicker. As part of these increasing punishments, we're looking to make it so that offenders get blocked from competitive play much sooner. More details on this as we get closer. So this is good. More bans. People need to be banned. If people are doing things stupid in the game, if somebody's racist in the game, they should be banned for a week, right? And they come back and do it again, they should be banned forever. Like, this is the kind of punishments we want, and that's what the guy was saying. The OP of this thread was like, look, something happens literally every time I play Overwatch where somebody should be banned or have some sort of reprimand placed against them, whether it's extremely toxic behaviour. I mean, I think back to my games yesterday on Crusher. It was the end of the season, so yeah, but I had one game on Hollywood where a I think this was the game that didn't record actually, but there was a game on Hollywood where there was a Mercy player, she was a female, and there was a guy in our team who was just abusing the Mercy player. It was crazy. Like, even to the point where our entire team reported this guy and the enemy team reported him. Yeah. People like that should just be banned. Like, he should have just be banned for a week and come back. Maybe he gets better or whatever, who knows. Anyway, Jeff goes on. In the long term, we really want to work on systems that encourage positive behavior and reward good players. Now, this is something I've always said. Yes, humanity will be humanity, but the game needs systems in place that will keep players in check and not give you a free-for-all, because you kind of, right now, you can just sort of do whatever you like. It doesn't matter if you get reported. Who cares? It really bums us out to spend so much time punishing people for being bad sports. We like making cool, fun game systems. That's what we do for a living. But because people seem to lack self-control, or because people like to abuse anonymity and free speech, we're put in a position of spending a tremendous amount of our time and resources policing the community. And to be honest, Jeff, that's kind of fine, right? This needs to be done. Like, this is really a priority because you have to keep the community in a good place. There needs to be systems which can control the community. It's not, you can't just say to people, oh yeah, we're online, we're playing an internet game, you know, we're pretty much anonymous, at least to each other. Obviously not to Blizzard, because they can track your IP address and your account details and all of that. But to other players you are, so you can just basically do what you like, and there's no fear. So if you do that online, well, there's going to be repercussions, right? So they do need to kind of sort this out. Anyway, he goes on to say this: we will do this as it is our responsibility, but we'd like to spend more time rewarding good players rather than having to focus on poor sportsmanship and unacceptable bad behaviour so much. Like it or not, this is the Overwatch community problem, and not just an Overwatch team problem. For better or for worse, we're in this together. Okay, so I agree with that final statement because I've made videos, and I remember I totaled up the views on these videos, and it came to something like 4.8 million, I think it was, on videos which directly talk about toxicity, player behavior, the mental state of players, and all of this stuff. That's 4.8 million views. Now, that's a lot of views, right, on videos on just one topic of Overwatch. I kind of think there is more onus on the team to put systems in place, so it is good that they are working on doing this kind of thing, giving us systems that will prevent this type of behavior. What interests me more, though, is this idea of giving a reward to positive players. We should be able to say, hey, that guy was great, or that lady was great, or whatever, and give them like a thumbs up. Maybe they get bonus competitive points if they all get thumbs up off the whole team or something like that. There's probably a load of systems that they're looking at. But needless to say, guys, this is very interesting. We've got more details here on the brand new punishment system, and we will be getting a developer update fairly soon, which should go into detail on this, which obviously will be a good accompaniment to this post on the forums. But guys, let me know what you think about this. Season 6 is shaping up to be pretty good competitive season, especially if we've got an increased reprimand system, an increased punishment system, and we've got all the other changes coming into competitive. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Toodaloo.